Yo, what is up guys, Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. So this video is a quick one on the heavyweight prospect Bakhodir Jalolov. Now Bakhodir Jalolov, of course, hails from Uzbekistan and most notably won the Olympic gold medal in the super heavyweight division back in Tokyo 2021. Now, since then, his future in the pro game has been somewhat up in the air. However, recently he has signed with Top Rank, which I'm assuming means he is going to fully focus on professional boxing. Reason I say that, after winning the Olympics, he had a couple pro fights, but he also continued his amateur career, and he's done that for a while. As a pro, Bakhodir Jalolov is 12-0 with 12 knockouts, but as I said, he's been intermittently fighting in the amateurs as well as fighting in the pros. I hope this switch to Top Rank now basically designates him as a full-time pro and only a pro, so he can focus on that, because ultimately in the amateurs, he's completed it, right? Won the Olympic gold medal, nothing else to prove, focus on the pros. But there's a lot of positives surrounding Bakhodir Jalolov. First and foremost, he is 6'7" with an 81-inch reach, so he's tall and long. He carries power, 12 knockouts in 12 fights as a pro, plus he scored some devastating knockouts in the amateur scene, most notably against Richard Torres, who himself is a highly touted heavyweight prospect. But also, Jalolov, along with the amateur pedigree, the amateur experience, that schooling, he's a southpaw, and, you know, there's not too many of his size in the heavyweight division. A 6'7" southpaw with crunching punching power, that's a rarity in the division, and on that alone, he becomes a interesting proposition within the division. Primarily, he likes to keep things at range, likes to keep you at arm's length, a la Vladimir Klitschko, for example, likes to pour out that southpaw jab. He can snap the jab out as well, that is a good shot when he uses it, and primarily, he relies on that straight left hand to do the damage. He can throw it in regards to both leading with that shot and also using it as a counter, drawing people in, like he did Richard Torres in their fight in the amateurs. But primarily, I guess I would call Bakhodir Jalolov a boxer-puncher. He can box a bit as well, he can move, he's got quite good feet for a man of his size, good reflexes and things of that nature, good reactions. So he's got a lot going for him, and he makes his Top Rank debut this weekend in an 8-rounder. This is on the undercard of Jared Anderson versus Andre Rudenko. But Jalolov is fighting a Nigerian heavyweight who is 20 wins and 2 defeats. His name, and I'm more than likely going to butcher this, is Onoriode Iwaiemi, I want to say. I've probably got that wrong. But the Nigerian heavyweight who he's going to fight, he is a bit of a puncher, but he is very, very raw. I have seen this guy fight a couple of times, actually. Notably, he got stopped by Zhan Kozabutski in 4 rounds. He fought Zhan Kozabutski back in 2021, got stopped in that fight, and he also got stopped against the trial horse journeyman, Rodney Hernandez. Best wins to date in his career would be a win over the journeyman, Ariel Bracamonte, and he knocked him out in 1 round. So yeah, I mean, Onoriode is a very basic fighter, carries a bit of power, but he's cumbersome, he's slow. He is 6'7" like Jalolov, but you would imagine that Onoriode will be just made to order for Jalolov. Plus the fact that Onoriode doesn't seem to have a great chin, so there's that as well. Listen, I'd expect Jalolov on his Top Rank debut to win this fight comfortably and to win it by early knockout, to be honest. I think anything short of that would be a bit concerning. He needs to make a statement. As I said, throughout the years since he's been pro, he's had 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So, you know, he's been competing in the amateurs as well. I'm assuming that's no longer the thing here. I'm assuming that's no longer the case, so he can focus fully on the pros. He's 29 years old now. I know that's not old for a heavyweight, but Olympic gold medalist, it's time to get a move on now. Have this introduction fight with Top Rank, and I really want to see this guy moved quickly, to be honest. I want to see him moved quickly, see how far he can go, see what he's got in the locker. And yeah, listen, he's certainly somebody to keep an eye out on. I don't think he's the perfect heavyweight. I do question his punch resistance a little bit due to certain amateur fights, and also his stamina in longer fights, and also his ability to cope with guys who swarm him, who smother him, those sort of fighters, those come forward pressure fighters. I know there's not a lot of those guys in the heavyweight division, but I always felt he kind of struggled with that style in the amateurs. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely question marks about Bakhodir Jalolov, but he's certainly a guy who you should keep an eye out for. I certainly believe he's one of the standout prospects in the heavyweight division. But the issue with that, when it comes to heavyweights, I think it's hardest to judge heavyweight prospects because one wrong move is career over. One bad piece of matchmaking, and for a lot of heavyweight prospects, it's done. You know, it just tends to be one of those divisions. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him fight this weekend. And as I said, it's part of a heavyweight focused card. Jared Anderson is making a quick return to the ring against the tough Ukrainian journeyman Andrei Rudenko. Good to see him active. Hopefully he improves from the Charles Martin fight. And also you've got Zhan Kozabutsky versus Efe Ajagba, which is a really good fight in my opinion. I think that's a really good fight. We'll see what Zhan Kozabutsky's made of. I know Ajagba has been, you know, found wanting at a certain level, you know, in the Frank Sanchez fight. But Kozabutsky hasn't really fought anybody on the come-up or of any real note, so it's a step up for him as a pro. So yeah, that's a good fight. I do favour Kozabutsky, but you never know. You never know. Anyway, share your thoughts below. Beanie Guy Del Boy, peace.